we're here in the grand finals of the premier division of EWG. Obviously, I'm the real Invictus, aka Nick, and I'm joined alongside with one of my favorite casting duos, Graph. Man, how are we feeling about tonight's matchup with Carolina Reapers Gaming taking on OMNIA Ouroboros? Interesting one for sure, nevertheless.
Yeah, it's been a great day for Call of Duty. We got Major 4 wrapping up, and now we get to tuck on in with some great EWG action. We're gonna have 3 back-to-back grand finals, but I think this first one might be the best one we get to see all day. I got a look at Carolina Reapers yesterday, just while I was covering some of the bracket stage we had, and they looked like a completely strong, solid, fundamental team. They look like a very, very prototypical strong team. Omnia Ouroboros did lose to them in the winners finals, but they were able to take a chunk out of them. They were able to still make it a close series. Now that we're in a full best of 7, I mean, who knows what happens?
Yeah, definitely so. And the things that I get worried about for this side of Ouroboros is their respawn game mode. In that winners final that we casted for, that was on our stream, I mean, they did not look good in the respawn game mode against this side of Carolina. They really need to come out strong here, especially in map number 1. We head into that Scar map number 1. It's going to be an interesting one for sure. But Graf, talk to me a little bit about the rest of the set that we're going to be seeing.
Yeah, it should be a very, very fun set in general. I mean, it's going to be, full best of 7, Scar, triple den, raid, double gridlock. So there is going to be a little bit of trudging through some dens in the middle, especially, I mean, triple den is just always going to be nice for your sub players. They get to get active a little bit differently than we see on Scar. I mean, not that they don't on Scar, because they can be a really big piece of the equation, but, when it comes to a Scar map 1, it's a really nice tempo setter, although you can see some teams sort of struggle to get going on this one. So that's going to be a big key for me in this first map specifically.
Yeah, keys to victory here for the side of Omnia Ouroboros is starting off fast. They know they can beat these guys in S&D. They did it in the winners final on the exact same map we're going to see in our map number 2. And we'll see what it looks like for them as we open on up. And already a triple on the boards here for Carolina Reapers. Make it all 4 dead. This is one of the maps they feel more comfortable on in this respawn game mode. So maybe not the greatest of picks coming out for this side, not to ban this map away if you're Omnia Ouroboros. And already you can see this middle fight taking place. It is going to be Ouroboros that wins back the time a little bit here towards P1, having a little bit of the better rotations towards P2 though, however, is the side of Carolina Reapers. They do have a little bit of this time that needs to go their way. Finally, it's just a back and forth that does happen.
I really like what I'm seeing as far as some early good routes, but you got to always be careful as this green spawning team. You can get forced up really easy up towards P5. We even see Rosa spawn all the way up there. So you're going to try to make your way over to P2 now. It's going to be Frio as that +1 player, able to find a freebie there, but does get cleaned up immediately from behind. Meanwhile, the rest of the squad looking to make their way in towards the P2. As Carolina Reapers, they try to just force on in, but a little too quick they go. Still, a little bit, no one really taking firm hold of this P2 just yet. It feels like that's what they're continuing to fight for, but it's been back and forth. Really no one pulling ahead just yet.
Yeah, and finally, as you say that there, Graph, it is the side of Carolina Reapers that do get into the hill time. They are collecting a good chunk of this P2 time. They are on the better side of things, being on that blue house spawn up, and that's a 3 dead again that really favors them in the longevity of this map. Frio really has been doing work across the series so far. He in the sets that we've seen him play so far, being very consistent in the respawn. Same goes for BG and Louis, but they are starting off a little bit slow. Definitely, more of an AR map, so the SMG is still trying to get active so far.
The fact that BG actually gets away with that being an assist is exactly what you want to see. I mean, this is going to be a very scrappy grand finals, it feels like. Especially when you get 2 teams that have played against each other in winners finals, you know that they are, going to have a little bit more familiarity, a little bit more comfort. We see Carolina Reapers come out strong early on the P1, P2, but now it's Omnia that are locked in. They eventually would like to get a flip here towards these P4 sides, but they are more than happy to stoke 30 here.
Definitely happy to soak the 30 that they need, but again, it is all about the rotations when it comes down to it. You have the spawn up still happening towards the green side if you're Ouroboros, and you've had a little bit of this inkling that these players are going to start off strong, and so far, so good. 14-6 from Sirens as he continues to frag on out on a 3 streak, just pressuring up the map with that AR in hand. Spots out another one, able to collect as well, and now the rotations to P4 strongly in favor of the side of Carolina Reapers here as they start to take the lead and push it out even further.
I love how you almost accidentally said sub for Sirens, because that's how he's playing, even though he's got an AR. He has just been going. That has been the only word on Sirens' mind so far in this map, has been just hit the go button. And that's what we've seen be so impactful so far. I mean, especially when you have an AR that can hit stuff like that and the up-close shots, it is just such a boon here on the Scar. Again, it's going to be a 3 for 2 in the feed. It's Louis with all 3 of those for Carolina Reapers. Going to lock in a Hellstorm as well. Those Hellstorms can be so impactful, especially on this upcoming P5.
Yeah, this upcoming P5 is definitely going to be a hill that we need to see Ouroboros get on and be able to collect some time on. But it's, again, BG able to collect some kills. Team shots coming in as well as Frio tries to get on the hill. Gets a little bit mixy, just holding down that contest, pushing him back even further towards that blue spawn. And now P5 going to be the trudge that they have to get through as Askew has to try to find a first blood here towards this. BG does get one, can't get any more though, as it is going to be Sirens in the back trying to find these rotational kills. It is Rosa, though, that's trying to get Mixie in the back as well with that SMG in hand. Hops up top green, looking to find at least one here, but nobody home. They're all on the site, and now it is going to be Rosa that does get into that hill time, able to get the kills for his team and get them firmly established in this P5.
Yeah, the time just feels like it has not gone your way so far if you're OMNIA Ouroboros. You're down almost 100 here. BG gets good bullets onto that second player as well. Louis, I think, does spot him, but is going to leave it over to the teammates. What a shot that was. I mean, that just goes to show how acute Carolina Reapers have been so far in this map, and barely anyone touching negative. It's just BG. And honestly, that was about the last player I expected to have a quote-unquote slow start. I mean, it's only slow in comparison to your teammates.
Yeah, that is the guy that would, you know, you saw it in map 1 in the winners final. He dropped 45 to win map number 1 on the din, but this map being a little bit harder for him just because of that SMG battle. He has to, you know, pull out that, you know, third AR potentially, just not feeling comfortable on the gun right now. And so far, Diaz with the snapper, able to collect onto it. And that is a huge one for him. Rosa towards the middle part of the map, able to collect one, can't get the next one up. Now the contest is not going to come in as the kills fall in favor of Omnia. They have firmly established themselves in this P1 time. Askew now asked to find some more kills, can't get it to go. If you're the side of Ouroboros, this has just been the trudge so far. You've been struggling to try to get these kills, struggling in the rotations, getting into the hill time, and so far so good if you're Carolina, but you need to have a good rotation here towards P2.
You're going to need at least one really good full 60, one really good chain here if you're on the Ouroboros at some time throughout this map. You get to decide sort of when it's going to be, but with every second that Carolina Reaper stays on, they get that much closer to winning. PG tries to chow by himself, had a little bit of support, but everyone really dying at the moment for Carolina Reapers. They're not able to get much going towards this P2. As I say that, though, Sirens able to find the one, gets traded out by Diaz, and that'll mean in comes that Hellstorm. Good opportunity to try to find the break. Louis with the mini cluster is not able to get too much done. Does get one onto Akshu, and that should get you in through the front. Still, would love to try to flip, but it's a little late for that.
Yeah, definitely would love to try to flip here if you're Carolina Reapers. Let's actually go head into a listen-in with them and see what it sounds like as we rotate towards P3, and they have good spawns towards P4 as well.
One more calling you close. Nice, good win.
Oh, dead. One's P5, I'm a bullet. I'm nading in a time.
Guys, give me a sec,
Good.
He's D back,
Hit time. Two top lane.
Two plane. Bolt the bullet plane.
Oh, he's weak. Top red.
One in store.
But one's make up.
He's all the way in the
Gonna
background.
I'm one shot.
Else store, guys.
Naded on plane.
Maybe
P5.
plane.
P5 a bullet.
Oh,
Plane.
nade on. At green dead.
Mid dead.
Plane again.
Mid weak.
Maybe this.
Two on time.
Plane
Block
dead.
and blue.
Top green,
Nice.
top green, top green.
Time one, time one, time one.
I'm telling time, don't worry. I'm dead.
And that the listening there for the side of Carolina Reapers, able to sound very good so far. But as we headed into that listening graph, their lead has started to dwindle here a little bit. Maybe definitely not what you want to see if you're a Carolina Reapers fan. And also Ouroboros is just able to come back in crucial timing here.
Yeah, I think it was mainly just the Carolina Reapers. I mean, they had an incredible start. I think OUROBOROS just weren't able to keep that same level of pace that we saw from them, but they've sort of, you know, they've risen to their opportunities right now. They've sort of increased their level of play to their competition, and they are trying to make this one close, but they are still down 80, and this is where we get to real crunch time. Another 3 dead here for Carolina Reapers, and we see BG just immediately expand the map. That's what you love to see, but they spawn pretty close to the back. You got to deal with that momentarily, but still should be only a moment on Hill. OMNIA Ouroboros go 4 dead again. So Carolina Reapers, it feels like they are the team dictating who gets what right now.
Yeah, definitely so. Dictating how they want to play the map, and so far so good. Team kill coming in, unfortunately, but as you see, the rotations just favor the side of Carolina Reapers, looking to put the nail in the coffin here towards P5 as they have the rotation. Spawning out deep is Ouroboros. You gotta find these initial kills through the back. If you're that side, you do find one, and now players from the side of Carolina Reapers gonna turn for this chow as Siren's by himself looking to find at least one. Team trade does happen. Stun check coming in from Louis, looking to find this kill. Does find it with the AR of nevertheless, but again, he does get taken down. So far, so good. Shots coming on through, still trading back and forth for both of these teams. BG looking to try to find one more. Does with the pistol as he collects 2. 3 on the board here for the side of Carolina Reapers. They try to open up again, but they get forwarded, and there's only one player left up on the hill for the side of Carolina Reapers.
Now, OMNIA Ouroboros, they're doing their absolute best to stay in this game. They've got a good lockdown on the P4. They got to try to break out, though, before this P1 pops. Want to head to a listen here with OMNIA Ouroboros towards the end of this game to see if they can try to start mounting this comeback.
He's up to, he's up to. Free out dead. Turn AP1. I'm dating go. One's push up.
One story.
One story time.
One shot. One shot.
Close. B. One shot.
One shot. Still.
One at a time. One at a time. Free on time.
Yeah, blitzing.
He's dead. Still missing free. Last guy.
He's one shot, has no health. One's way well.
Give me 1 sec. Give me 1 sec.
Yo, story.
We hold green. Side. Here, bump me on time. I'm going.
One's way well.
Have your store.
Yeah,
Right here.
Good time.
One, 2 front time.
Weak.
I do.
I'm stunning your
I have your left. They're all
Yo,
sword. They're
left
holding
flank
sword.
I'm needed.
They're gonna go sword, man.
Sword.
Sword weak.
Love the listen in there with OMNIA Ouroboros. Even though it's only 10 points to the win, this is one of those maps where you can make this comeback a reality. You need a P2 chain here very, very soon. But this is a hill that you've been able to lock down this game. If you can get anywhere near a full 60 here, you're right back in it.
Yeah, definitely so. You have the worst side of spawns here. You do want that blue side just favoring your side a little bit more. But again, it is Carolina Reapers that open the door. Louis left up by himself on hill time, though, and only about 4 seconds separate us from the first map win here for Carolina. They walk into the hill, and they take map number 1, 250 to 186. Starting off the grand finals with a W is definitely what we expected here in the casting booth.
Yeah, this has been the team to beat. Pretty much this whole bracket. They've dropped maps, they've not dropped series, they've never touched the loser's bracket. So no surprise to see that they come out shooting in this one. Louis with 36 kills here on the Scar. I do think there's even some players with a bit more than that. Yeah, Sirens and Frio almost breaking 40 with over 4k damage is incredible to see. BG with almost as much damage, but 10 less kills. I mean, just goes to show, not everything shows up on the scoreboard right away. Great map one there out of the side of Carolina Reapers. I do think that it was a good resurgence towards the end from OMNIA Ouroboros. If they didn't go down, as drastically as they did at the start, I think that would have been way closer.
Yeah, you saw that comeback, mounting for sure for the side of Ouroboros. It's just unfortunate that they go down so deep early into it and, don't have, that P1 chain to P2 and then P2 to P3 even that really does help you grow that lead into it. And it does not work out for you. But now we head in over to our triple dose of Den potentially. And I mean, it is going to be a trudge through this map. A lot of people just really don't like it, especially when it comes down to S&D. We saw the side of OMNIA Ouroboros do very well against this Carolina side, 6-1ing them in the winners final on this exact map and mode. So definitely something that's on the cards for them to bounce back from.
Yeah, it especially feels like, I mean, you look towards the back half of this map set as well. There's a couple of gridlocks lurking in towards the later points where, not that you don't want to go gridlock, but those were specifically both picked by Carolina Reapers. So, it sort of feels like, I mean, to be fair, one of them was the Overload that was just sort of the last one left. But even still, you don't really love going over to a gridlock when you're not the team picking it. It feels like very much a map where, a lot of the time we see these teams ban it. Quick aggression in towards the A side on this first round, though, from Carolina Reapers. It will just be Rosa falling back, but they get completely hunted. BG just does not care. Goes all the way through spawn and then cuts back into server to get a second one. Huge plays from BG as he'll grab a third as well.
Yeah, 3 on the round. That's how you bounce back, ladies and gentlemen. Not having a great map 1. Able to bounce back with 3 on the round already, opening up huge for his side. That quick aggression towards this B site just really plays in the cards for them.
I think the quick aggression in general is just gonna be what defines this Den. Obviously, we can see that pace decrease sometimes, but a lot of the time, you just got to put your pedal to the metal. I saw yesterday between Spade and one of their opponents in that losers bracket, there were, I think, 8 offense round, in a row on this map. So I think it's really important to make sure that your offense is cooking. Diaz going to get that smoke down to try to cause some kind of distraction over towards the other side. Does pick up that first kill as well. Needs to lock in for number 2 here, but it's a good kill from Akshu instead. Still down to the 2 versus 3. Go Carolina Reapers, and Rosa grabbing that one puts now Frio in 1 versus 3.
Yeah, no kills on the board for him, but definitely a guy that's going to be a clutch minister here for sure. Does get spotted out, however, and it's going to be the round on the board. And again, just like you said, aggression coming out for both sides. You saw maybe a little bit too much of aggression coming out of Carolina on that defensive side there. It's just played into the hand of the side of OMNIA Ouroboros. They slow the round down. They play in their spawn, just waiting for that aggressive peak, and it definitely just happens once more. It's one of those things that we've seen consistently so far. As we head into this next round, though, ladies and gentlemen, it is going to be back on the offense of Carolina Reapers. What can they do to find it? That's the real question, as we do look like we're going to be headed towards this B site. Quick aggression again, potentially the play call, as it is 2 players from the side of OMNIA Ouroboros that are going to be one up towards mid, as well as Ashku does go down through the wall bang as well. So hard play to figure out now in the 3v4 retake. Down a man. If you're Ouroboros, you need to find something here, as the Bloods have been traded. You need to find one to get back into this one on the retake, and it is really just not going your way. The shot's still not connecting as a first blood on the BG. Make it a second as well. Does happen. Now a 2v3 situation. Con towards the middle part of the map can definitely cut these guys in lockers. He now knows players are here. Does spot out one, able to get away with his life as well. And Con! My lord, man!
No, they don't have time.
No time on the clock. That will be
close.
the round. Oh, no.
It was really close, but they just nearly don't get it. I was going to say it that whole time. I mean, I loved the first bit of this round from Carolina Reapers. They get that smoke down. They get the bomb down instantly. And we see it pay off big time. Despite still those 2 members up and remaining, they hesitate just a second too long to get on that bomb, and it's going to cost them. Carolina Reapers, I mean, to be fair, that was a great start, but the middle portion of that round was just all OMNIA Ouroboros.
Yeah, and I mean, you got to think, like, if they had a little bit more time, they win that round as well. Like, milliseconds of more time, and they could definitely win that round. Another aggressive play coming out of Carolina Reapers towards this B site as Rosa goes down to a team nade. Unfortunate placement of that nade. Now 2 down, bomb dropped on this outer side. This is another quick aggressive round that comes on out as Louis just taking pistol shots, knowing he has something to work with the SMG, needing to reload that gun as well, so he just backs on up. So he has control of the bomb as well. And he's going to be the side of Carolina Reapers that have the aggressive play to work for them. Do find one, however, now looking for the next one. Can't get it to go, but it is going to be Carolina Reapers, nevertheless, that win another round. Now 2 back-to-back for them as they clutch on up with it.
Yeah, that was just a great end of this round. I mean, they just had these 2 players completely surrounded. There was just nothing they could really do about it. Honestly, I will say, I think Carolina Reapers played that even a little too fast at the end. I would have liked to see them just honestly let that round develop out a little more. But hey, it works out for them. They got that 2-round lead. It's not one they've had easily, that's for sure. But a round on the board is all that matters. We're going to get the breadstick cam here. Akshu, yeah, you got to try to get a little bit more in the way of helping your squad, but still early days here in this search. You got to be careful, though. This isn't quite a must-win, but it's getting there.
Yeah, definitely getting there to that must-win category. If you drop 3 rounds, it's going to be a little bit harder to manage for you. And like I said before, this team was very good against this Carolina Reaper side on this exact map and mode. They do get the first blood. Bomb going to go down quickly towards this B site. There's no one really to help if the pick does come on through. Ask you towards the middle part of the map. Gonna try to play on info here. Gonna hit that quick flank with his teammates as well. It's a 3-man hit towards the back is what is going to be the chow as BG spots out, gets a hit marker with the sniper as well. Gets one with the pistol. Teammates here to help though as the SMG is collected now. And again, it's only left up into a 2v1 situation. Rosa able to get one. Can he get the next one though? On to Louis by himself. Spots him out, just shooting him away from the bomb. There's not a lot of time on this clock. Gonna have to play it perfectly. Does he have time? He does not, unfortunately. And another round just goes to time on the bomb again. And it really pays off for Carolina Reaper here, planning that device as quick as possible when you get the site taken over.
Yeah, that was a great attempt from Rosa in the 1 versus 2. Absolutely smoked that first player. I think he 3-bulleted him. It was a really quick kill. But that second one, I mean, the second player, the last alive there, does really well for Carolina Reapers. They slow things down. They play the time. They've done that, if nothing else, really, really well so far in this search and destroy as the breadstick cam. They're going to still hit there for Akshu. 1 and 5, not the way you were hoping to start, but you still do have time to turn it around, although, I mean, it could only be 2 rounds left.
Yeah, definitely so. As the spot out happens, no one spots out Frio on this outer side, and he collects 2 and drops the bomb as well. What is going on for Ouroboros? This is not what we had in our cards for them. They need to try to save this round. Now in the 4v2, 2 men down, as they're just going to try to backplay this, but they have a player to deal with here in BG that knows that this rotation could be coming in.
Yeah, they're going to find 1 for free. They run right by him. Trade out does come through, but that's pretty much enough to make this, not impossible, but highly improbable, we'll say. The main thing you're going to need here if you're Diaz is just a bomb plant. But I like how Carolina Reapers are playing this. I would like to see them just, honestly, if that bomb plant's going to go down, let it go down. Just do not isolate yourself. Do not give that scam away. It's in a series like this, I mean, we've seen that these rounds have been really close. I mean, a couple of them, OMNIA or Ouroboros have found the kills, but just not the timer going their way. It feels like this is going to be another one of those where I think DS is maybe good for at least 1 kill here, but there's just going to be way too many players and not enough time.
Yeah, he's gotten through, though, towards his dojo side. Nade does go out, smoke as well. So it gives him that free plant. He spotted it out, and that will be the round again. Now 5-1 for the side of Carolina Reapers, as they got 6-1 in the winter final. Looking at 6-1, the side of Ouroboros here in the Grands. Really having a dominant start to the map set.
Now, this is the exact kind of start you want. I mean, if you're Carolina Reapers, you're hoping you don't see another map in this series. You're hoping you just win 3 dens in a row, and that's where we're going to finish. But, I mean, at least so far, that has not you know, looked too likely. I think OMNIA Ouroboros, I mean, again, they got really close in a couple of these rounds, but just wasn't enough. I think we could be playing a 3-3 game right now without too many things going differently, but we see BG thinks about that initial sniper, but we'll swap back over to the NPC. A lot of players over towards that A side, though. Should be able to get the bomb plant down. Carolina Reapers, they get that timer working in their favor. It's on that breadstick that is the player here in defense. Gets a couple of bullets down, but critically doesn't go down. That's the big thing here. Look at DS on the late wrap here. Should be able to find BG. Should catch the side of him. Yeah, if not, full information for your team to clean this player up. There's a couple of bullets in him. Will be an easy clean. So down to the 3 versus 4. It's again that timer that's going to be the main problem. Frio trades one back as Rosa. They pick up that second kill. Louis around the side, looking to do it all himself. But down to the 1 versus 2 we go. Low time for OMNIA Ouroboros. Wow, DS just rips him.
Yeah, and that's a 3 bullet from hell right there onto Frio. Not what you expected to happen. You want to just play the time a little bit, but unfortunately it does not go your way. And Ouroboros now coming back alive into it. 5-2, but a lot to manage here with 3 rounds still on the board that you need to find to even tie the game up and take us to round 11. You need to try to lock it back on in and really clutch out these rounds, especially when we head over to your offensive side.
Yeah, the offensive side, generally this map, I think, has been preferred, but not by much, that's for sure. So when we take one potentially final look on over at the breadstick cam, I mean, this has been the difference, in my opinion. Ashu just has not had this same level of map as the other 7 players in this lobby, and it's tough to say. You're looking to still improve, but you get absolutely fried off of that heady. And that just feels like a chow that it's a little bit of a frustration chow. You go for it with the NPC, you say, you know what, I'll just jiggle it, get a couple of bullets off, and you just get absolutely smoked.
Yeah, and that's a really rough one as BG collects 2 towards the middle part of the map, and now bomb lost for the side of Ouroboros, and it does not matter. Carolina Reapers now taking a 2-0 lead, 6-2ing here in the S&D, looking very dominant against the team that they lost this map to in the winners final, and they are starting to roll now with 2 respawns still left up into it for our next 2 maps. This could be over here in 4.
Yeah, this is going to be a really tough one now if you're OMNIA Ouroboros. You're headed back to the same location a couple more times. Again, this wasn't, you know, by any means a dominant showing. I think it was a good map. A 6-2 is, you know, not nothing, but a couple of those rounds did get really close. I think we could have been playing, you know, deep into that map with a couple of things going different. So it's not over for you just yet if you're OMNIA Ouroboros. You still get a couple more chances, a couple more opportunities. But I think especially once we escape this den sort of trudge, you're going to be able to thrive a little bit more.
Yeah, the den trudge is going to be a little bit harder. And this next map is a must win, though, for Ouroboros. You have to find it in the Overload. You looked good on the Overload against the side of Carolina Reapers. Obviously, a different map here, so it could, you know, have that more close quarter engagement. The SMGs have been ripping when it is on this exact map. When it comes into the respawn game modes, whether it's hardpoint or Overload, so you definitely have to find it here if you're Ouroboros, or this could be a hard fight back in that hard point when we break it down.
Yeah, you do not want to go down 0-2 in a series in a BO5. You definitely don't want to go down 0-3 in a best of 7. A full sail, a full reverse sweep is not something we've seen in a hot minute. As off of the rip here on this next ever pivotal map 3. Still, nothing too crazy off rip. It is BG getting that initial kill. Looks up towards mid-cut. They can find this next one. Might be an opportunity for Carolina Reapers, but Khan shuts it down. They get Sirens in towards this A portal, though, and that's going to be a nice AR in position. Gets taken out, though. Nice 2-dip for OMNIA Ouroboros. They're going to get a chance to maybe go back on offense, but Frio is just in deep here with the device. Love the pump fake. Gets a pistol kill as well. What would have just been an easy cleanup turns into a little bit more of a messy situation.
Yeah, definitely very messy now with the 2 kills coming from Louis and BG as your 2 SMGs start to get pushed up towards the map. And this is where aggression can really come down to every kill. Everything matters here as Louis does drop as well. And now the score gonna come on in, though. It was snuck in there. And again, first one on the board here for the side of Carolina Reapers. Now looking towards this next potential capture zone. is the side of Ouroboros, but they have to get these initial kills to get themselves pushed out past that 50-yard line for their side as well. Rosa able to collect on to 2, does get some trade-out kills to happen, but again, that AMP device going to get carried by the side of OMNIA, as it is going to be a little bit harder of a trudge. 3 versus 2 now, as you do have the site open now, 2v2, with the MP device being one of the players. You need to try to find it. Can't get it to go with a 3 dead from BG. Make it all 4, and now you can push on back up if you're the side of Carolina.
BG makes it the 4th kill there of the life. Continues to just hold out her dojo. I mean, that's all you got to do in a lot of these situations. You pick up a nice little upgrade for yourself, get a couple of kills. Now you be that lead blocker. You don't even have to worry about that initial player. You got to worry about the next one. You clean that one up as well, as now you're right on the doorstep. You've got the heady and you've got the point on the board. Carolina Reapers continue to thrive. BG with another 2. Looking in towards a hellstorm here soon.
Yeah, BG just absolutely putting belt to these guys right now as he pops an 8. He is popping the takeover of a lifetime right now, needing to reload the gun. It says he only has 1 bullet, but it's not 1 bullet on the gun, as well as he picks up that device. Does have that missile to work with, and now scores the next one. Now 3-0 here for the side of Carolina Reapers, looking to try to wrap this up pretty early into our halftime, as they have scored a lot and often, as well as they keep on aggressing every part of this map. Frio with the read of a lifetime, turning and burning on that one as well, as it is going to be towards middle part. He has to figure out for 2 players here. Diaz going to find one, can't get any more, as BG still having a great map so far. 13 and 5 from the young man, continuing to frag on out.
Another extension kill, still in through the bottom. Louis gets in through Dragon to extend for that extra kill. Around the outside goes Frio, but he's the wrong direction. You've got full A portal control, not B. A little bit of a miscommunication, or maybe just a little bit of a one-man army situation right now for Carolina Reapers. BG with that Hellstorm in the back pocket for half number 2. They're still looking to make it a clean, perfect 4-0 here in half 1. Sirens just will not be beat right now here around the outside. Good nade on through, and there goes that last score. OMNIA Ouroboros, a little bit of a lack of urgency there towards the end of the half. They're going to be down 4-0 in this overload. They're in a tough spot.
Yeah, in a really tough spot, and we see this best play from BG here. Just a crucial one, getting all the kills that matter, and just wraps across the map, able to get more when it does come down to it. Spots out this last one towards mid, just jumps, chows him, and is able to win the gunfight. Nevertheless, having a huge start to this map number 3 for him and for the rest of the team as well. Really having a great start. 13-7, 13-9, 12-7 from 3 of the players there for Carolina Reapers. As you look at the other side, 4-12 from Diaz, having a little bit of a slow start, needing to start to pick this one up in this second half.
It's going to have to be a complete pickup from, honestly, I mean, the entirety of Ouroboros, but especially those 6, 7, and 8 numbered players. They need a little bit more. They need to just be able to hit these routes a bit better, especially DS on this sub. Just needs to be getting more active on the map. Oh, it's right here initial. We see him shut down that device carrier that would have found a score towards B, but they still have full B portal control. I mean, there is nothing stopping Carolina Reapers from just getting device control for a moment and sprinting this one in. So you've got to hold on, and you do before that device resets, but you still have to deal with Sirens all the way in the back of your spawn.
Yeah, Sirens is going to be the thorn in the side for the side of Ouroboros, as he has an SMG and AR to work with. BG can't get it to go. That's going to be a big double up there for the side of Ouroboros. Now Frio, first man up, trying to deal with the pressure here. Does collect onto one, looking for the next one. Does get the second one as well. And now he starts to flow on the map. A guy that's usually one of the top fraggers does get taken down, though. Now 15-8 here from Sirens. Able to collect another one on the other side. As Louis looks to get pushed up. He's by himself, though. No blockers in position. Really a hard one to do, as Frio now towards the middle part of the map, knowing that players are going to be here. Spots out one. The pistol can't get anything to go against the SMG there. And now it's Sirens having the play of a lifetime here, getting the next score. Now 5-0 with 3 minutes left to play. This is just a literal formality here with a couple more scores in. This could be done and dusted in our map 3.
Dude, Sirens has just been living on this B portal. He has not left for what feels like a minute. He was just living over there, getting all the kills for so long, but finally, Carolina Reapers were able to get device control for only a moment. Frio tries to get that last one that was in position across the... Oh, way you go. Wow, Louis just guns Diaz with the pistol. I mean, that is just the epitomization of what we've seen so far on this overload. 6-0 up is Carolina Reapers. And OMNIA Ouroboros, I mean, they're not mathematically out of this one just yet, but it just feels like this one's over.
Yeah, this one is done and dusted, ladies and gentlemen. It is a dominant one as the score comes on through finally for Ouroboros. You need 5 of those relays to go on through with 2 minutes left to play. Still manageable, but you really have to start having that uptick of play. I'll look at a guy like Ashq that needs to start picking things up. 8 and 23 as we are not having a great map here. It's a rough one for sure as BG does collect on 1. And again, trade out kills galore. 3 dead, 1v1 for Ashq. Needing to find this one. Pistol kill is going to come on out. Not going to be able to find it, unfortunately, for that device to carrier. Actually able to collect onto Louis. And again, pinstripe kill feed really not favoring anyone so far. So it is a back and forth that still ensues with the EMP device in the hands of the side of OMNIA Ouroboros. But finally, Carolina Reapers get it, but they are stopped. They are forwarded at the goal line. And now again, that EMP is going to get picked up by Ouroboros.
Yeah, I think it's very nearing the point where this one's mathematically done. So at this point, you're just playing to try to get a little bit of momentum for yourselves as a squad if you're Ouroboros. You need to try to lock into this reverse sweep because this map's done. The first 3 are over with. You just got to play like you're 0-0. You got to just win 4 in a row. That's all you've got to try to think about right now because, I mean, this map, it's been over for a bit. This could be one of the worst things to happen to a squad in my experience when they're already in a little bit of a tough series. When this overload really drags on out when it's already over, that can be really tough to fight back from mentally as a squad. So really interested to see how OMNIA Ouroboros responds and if they're able to maybe, you know, try to get past these 3 dens.
Yeah, these 3 dens are going to be a very, like you said, a trudge through it. Now 7-1. This one is mathematically impossible now with the Hellstorm coming out from BG as well. And this could be done and dusted here. You're pretty much out of the series. If you're the side of Ouroboros, you're hitting the streaks, and unfortunately that's going to go through the window, getting 3 dead. And that potentially just put the nail in the coffin. As I say that, though, Diaz with 3 is able to collect as the spot out does happen, and BG is getting absolutely, yeah, hit him with it again, because that's unfortunate.
I mean, hey, at least you can tell that they're having a good time with it. Diaz picks up another 3 there towards the end. And, you know, that's sort of what I was talking about. You just need to start getting something going as a team. Even if it's just getting the vibes increased a little bit, you know, you get that last score. You know, Diaz gets a couple of 3 deads. That can be what it takes to try to pull your way back into this series. But at least for now, Carolina Reapers, they put their foot down in this one, and they'll find it. I mean, final score still pending, I suppose. But yeah, that'll do it. 7-2 in the overload. A dominant showing in all 3 of the maps so far.
Yeah, this is a rough one here for the side of OMNIA Ouroboros. No, this even in the winners final, this set looked a little bit closer, but it is not close on the cards whatsoever. Now 1 map away, and we head back to their best game mode in Hardpoint. So this is where things get really, really hairy for the side of OMNIA Ouroboros.
It'll be 1 potentially final map. I mean, you got to look for the reverse sweep one way or the other here if you're OMNIA Ouroboros, but it is going to be a long, long route. You're going to have to go through quite a few different maps, including a couple of gridlocks that, I'll be fully honest, I don't have the utmost faith in them winning, especially that gridlock search in the map 7, but that's a long time from now. They will have all the momentum in the world if they get there. But in my opinion, I mean, it's exactly what you said. Carolina Reapers are heading back to their best mode on one of their better maps. I mean, they've shown that throughout this series. If I had to give a prediction to me, I think this is just where Carolina Reapers are going to look to close. I mean, obviously, they're going to try to win all of these, but this is going to be one of their best chances.
Yeah, this is probably over here. Barring some absolute heroics from the side of OMNIA Ouroboros, I just think this is over. No offense to anybody from Ouroboros. They are a great squad, but it's just steps and bounds above the side of Carolina Reapers. They are absolutely dominating you for the first 3 maps, and we head into what is their best game mode on one of their best maps as well. This is where things can get really out of hand, especially if the SMGs start to frag out, as Frio already on the hill time, able to collect onto a big 2-piece already. Time going the way, and the P1 rotations favor the side of Carolina. This is where things get really, really hairy for them.
Yeah, they do, you know, get the break on in towards that P1. There's still 30 seconds to go. They gotta be careful of Frio in towards mid-cut. Con does get shot at by him, so they're able to clean out that player pretty easily. There goes 3 dead there for OMNIA OUROBOROS. This has to be your chance that you take to get in towards this P2 side. You force the spawn out towards the overload. One actually goes out towards patio as well. So you get a really nice spawn out if you look to try to keep finding these kills, but there's still 2 in the back. Frio and BG need to stand firm, and they do so. So still a good amount of P1 time there for OMNIA OUROBOROS, but they can't quite break in towards the P2.
Yeah, P2 gonna be your money time here. We see a player falling off the map as well. Khan not having a great one, and he falls right off the map, does a nosedive off of it. Frio holding down this mid-couch position, just making sure nothing can come on through, but someone sneaks through the back, and it is the side of OUROBOROS that get into the hill time. It's Frio just holding down this couch push again. And again,
Dude, how does Louis flip there? I'm losing my mind right now.
Yeah, this is a crazy spawn outs happening right now.
I mean, hey, OMNIA OUROBOROS, they respond to it well. I just don't know. Dude, I saw that on my minimap and I had to say something. That was a wicked spawn out. They had full players blocking and everything.
Yeah, that's probably one of the crazier spawn outs that we've had happen here. But as we head back into the map, OUROBOROS have a dominant lead here off the rip. But I will say, I have seen this Carolina Reapers team come back. They won it by 4 points against the LARP in this semifinal on this exact mode. They started off super slow, going down about 80, and were able to come back and win the map. So definitely not a team, even with the lead that you have if you're OUROBOROS, that you want to take lightly at all. This is a, an interesting battle still pursuing, but a 3 dead now for the side of Carolina Reapers. Make it all 4. As it is going to be the spawn out towards this P4 side that still happens for the side of OUROBOROS, now having to manage with 2 here. Make it 3 players into the back of Dojo. BG does spot out a couple, gets information on over towards his team, just plays his life perfectly there. Does get shot down. Shots coming through the wall as well, as the shot's going to connect, and that's another 4 dead on the map. Now favoring Carolina Reapers on the rotation to P4.
Do pull right back in towards level footing. That's what you want to see. Still, those 3 deads as well, forcing them up over towards that P2 area. You know where they're going to try to roughly come from at this point. You just got to try to lock down this P4. BG, I don't love that spot. Never have. Will get taken down. And still more. Con trying to push on through. Does get caught from back, a warning. So still players here for the side of Carolina Reapers. They trade 2 back, and they do still have back spawns. As long as they can keep finding these kills, Deez gets ripped off a tree, and that should be the break. But a self-nade, I think, there comes through and accidentally finds him.
Yeah, I think his nade got shot, maybe? I don't even know what just happened there. So. Because of unfortunate circumstances, maybe. And again, this back spawn now going to be tested here by the side of OUROBOROS. They're trying to waltz on in, but they need to find the kills. They do so, get the hill time as well, and bleed life back into this map for themselves. They have dropped it a little bit here. As Louis now looking great, does find one. His teammates trade out those kills, and the spawn out happens for OUROBOROS in the backside of things. P2 favoring the side of Carolina Reapers as we head into the second rotation of Hill. Diaz needing to go here towards mid, does find one. Can he find the next one? He cannot. And that's 2 kills for Frio as well.
Yeah, Diaz in the top window eats a nade, but is still here to try to find some of this space for OMNIA. Con grabs a good first one there onto Frio. Stops that player from, trying to get frisky in deep and try to find a late wrap in towards top window. But the problem is 40 seconds to go, and you've not really been able to find much of anything towards this P1, let alone P2 spawns. So Carolina Reapers, the second time around on the P1, P2, look to really improve from their first.
Yeah, and they're holding this down right now. They are holding everything they need to. They're doing good on rotations as Diaz does sneak through towards P3, but it does not matter. He gets taken care of with, oh my good lord, as Sirens able to collect onto some huge kills there. onto the rotation of P2 at perfect timing, spawning them out the P4 side, and Frio now by himself, but have teammates in concession here to try to fight this out. Only a couple seconds on that P1. It does matter to these P2 rotations as Louis finds more players to work with, trying to pick up a gun, doesn't have ammo with it. Is it Diaz does collect on a 2, but a 2 back for the side of Carolina Reapers, and they get back into the hill time, growing that lead ever further out on the side of Ouroboros. Carolina Reapers just look like a different breed of team when they're in the grand final.
Yeah, Sirens is living so long that he's out of ammo. I mean, that's how you know you're just absolutely frying in there. It's going to be another 100-point lead here soon for Carolina Reapers. They do get broken off of the P2 with about 25 to go, so not terrible time for you to soak if you're OMNIA Ouroboros, but this is going to have to be the mother of all reverse sweeps, and it's going to have to start right soon. Louis, and on towards the old, needs to get cleared out and will, so that's 10 seconds you're able to salvage at the very least, but over towards the P3, look at where Sirens is at. Should find this freebie onto Diaz, yeah. I mean, there's just, I think, 2, maybe 3 Hellstorms for Carolina Reapers right now. That's going to be really hard to try to push through.
Yeah, the trudge towards the triple den that sneaks on through has really been the downfall of the side of OMNIA Ouroboros. They felt confident going into the S&D with it, but after that, it has not looked good for them whatsoever in this game, in this map, and in the set. And it's really the side of Carolina Reapers looking to take a dominant stead again here towards this P3 side. As straight kills galore still ensue though. Ouroboros not giving up, not going away to the wayside. They want to try to bring themselves back into it.
They're not done just yet. I mean, they got to these grand finals. They might as well finish them at the very least. But Carolina Reapers, they just continue to be the squad that has that slaying edge throughout so much of this bracket, so much of this tournament even. I mean, they've been good and locked all season. They come into this playoffs as that top seed for, for very good reason. As it's going to be this P4 where they look to close. It's Frio, the only player here, but there's a Hellstorm coming in as well. Sirens popping that one through. And that'll give you pretty much all the space in the world to work off of.
And Hellstorm does collect on to kills as well, so just opening up this hill time even more for your team to potentially win here as well. As the contest comes on through, kills go on in, and it is the Carolina Reaper side looking to take a dominant stid towards this, but they spawn on out. You can hold this from the front. Askew now just trying to knife people, it looks like. Just running at it with the blade. Not going to work out for you, as this is just a formality. You can see it on how the team of Ouroboros is playing. This is not what you want to happen, as the knife kill does get enacted there, but again, not enough time on the clock. We head back to P1, where again, it's just a formality. 245 to 107. The side of Carolina Reapers looking to take the money, looking to take the rings, and they will do so in 4 as they dominate the whole bracket, only dropping a couple of maps and not even dropping one here in the grand finals. Absolutely dominating this side of OMNIA Ouroboros.
Yeah, Carolina Reapers are your premier division champions. I mean, this was just, this was one of the more, dominant series I've got to see even out of them. They played a series against Spade earlier in the bracket that I was able to see. They did not look like this team. They have really stepped it up even, throughout yesterday, throughout this grand finals even. I mean, they started off strong, but they only got stronger as that series went on.
Yeah, definite dominant performance coming on through. It's just, it's honestly rough for the side of OMNIA Ouroboros. You were able to take a map off these guys in the winners final in the S&D. You'll look like the better team when it came down to S&D and Den. We did an interview after that set with them. For Carolina Reapers, and they told me we're not going to drop an S&D after this map, and they do not do so. They're able to take it in 4. They dominate all the way through, and I mean, again, John and co at Carolina Reapers able to take an absolute stint here, winning 2 in a row now in the EWG Premier Division, as they take another one down. They win one at LAN, they win one here, and they win last season of EWG as well. So technically 3 in a row right now for EWG events. So definitely a very huge team that keeps on producing top tier talent. I mean, it's just one of those things.
Yeah, it was super, super fun to see that one. But again, reminder, we got 2 more grand finals for the other divisions to, stay tuned for. Those should be coming up, I believe, hopefully, a little early. But I know the slated start time is going to be 6 EST. We're going to see if they're willing to start a little bit early. But do you think we want to try to grab a, interview here with some of the guys from Carolina Reapers, see how they're feeling after that win? We are going to send it over to a quick break. When we come back, should hopefully have that for you.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, and we are joined up with the Carolina Reapers gaming squad, and we're here with BG. Man, talk to me a little bit here. I know this is your first showing maybe in the EWG. You take home the chip, you take home rings, you take home the money, and talk to me a little bit about what that means for you, because, man, fragging in the winners final, fragging here in the grand final as well, just being what your team needed you to be.
Yes, sir. You know, the boys, I met Sirens a little while ago to LAN, and so like I had connections with him, and I knew the other guys too, playing scrims and whatnot, and they hit me up. And they're just like, we need a player, we know you shoot, just come through and see what's up. And you know, I had a fry out, couldn't let nobody down. And then yeah, that's pretty much it. We just took over.
Yeah,
Yeah,
love to see that confidence.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, you're good. I'm curious though. I mean, getting back to the map set, obviously we didn't get to see pretty much half of it. I'm curious, was the Den specifically, you know, it definitely looked to us on the desk like it was one of the more comfortable maps for the squad. How would you have felt, you know, getting into that map, you know, 5, 6, 7, heading to a couple of gridlocks, you know, a little bit of, I believe, what was the other map? Raid, I believe, as well. So, you know, how would that have, you know, how do you think that would have gone, or do you think it would have been as dominant as the Den?
I think it would have been as dominant. Yes, this team is very well rounded. All of us trust each other. Doesn't matter the map really. And with Den being played so much, it just becomes more repetitive and more practice to us as a team. So it just obviously, as you guys see, it plays out in our favor. And if it would have came to any other maps, we just would have played a little bit more tighter, a little bit more talkative and whatnot, and just would have executed the same way.
Yeah, and you know, we talked about it here in the winners final. We interviewed your captain as well, Sirens. I mean, he talked about that Den S&D that you guys lost 6-1 to this exact same team, same mode, same map, same everything here. And he told me we are not going to lose another S&D if it's a Den again. And that's exactly what happened. So what really did you guys change up when those play calls came on through to make you guys so, like, do so well on that Den S&D?
I mean, we just like collectively came up with plans and stuck to the plan, and you know, stuck together. Didn't take so many one-on-one chows, and pretty much just stayed together as a team. And we read the guys, the opposite team, opposing team, very well, because they were kind of doing the same thing they did the first S&D that we did lose. So it was just like a matter of just reading that their mistakes.
Yeah, it's always a game of mistakes in that search and destroy. I mean, obviously, we only got to see one in this series. I think Respawn specifically is where this team has been so good. I think a lot of those searches throughout the bracket stage, obviously, I think you only dropped, what, 3 maps the whole of yesterday. Was there any specific improvements that you took from those losses yesterday and sort of applied to this grand finals that gave you this better result? Or was it just sort of, you know, locking in more as a team when the stakes were higher?
Yeah, I mean, the stakes are high, or we just treat the every game we played like stakes are high regardless. It was just a matter of playing our lives more and being more together as a team when it comes to challenging certain things, denying space on the map, which you did really well on, always going for trades. Yesterday, I didn't feel like we were trading out as often, and it was just like a collective of everybody not trading out, not playing together and doing their own thing. And today, you know, we played as a team, and like I said, it showed.
Yeah, definitely so. And then we head into, like Graf said, this team being a dominant Respawn team, and it's really off the back of you, Frio and Louis, just able to frag out, able to trade out. Like, if one of you guys is having a bad map, it's the next man up and the next man after that. So talk to me about what it's like to be on a team with guys that you can, you know, have full confidence in, or know are going to get the frags, or know are going to get a high tick rate of kills, and you don't have to really do much.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, you don't really have to do much. You know, your team is gonna, you know, be there when they need to be. It doesn't matter who's top frag in that game or bottom frag in that game. We know that as a team collectively, we're gonna execute and trade out, and everybody's gonna be more comfortable. There's less stress on one another because we know either somebody's gonna pop the 2-piece or 3-piece or even 4-piece at times. So it's like, you know, it's just like recovery, and it's just easy to keep flowing and flowing and flowing.
Yeah. Great to get the answers to all our burning questions. Thank you again so much for joining us for this interview. Any shout outs you want to give before we get this one wrapped up?
Just shout outs to my teammates, man. I couldn't do it without them.
Okay, love to hear it. Thank you again so much for joining us, BG. That's the first of our 3 grand finals we're going to have here for you all today. we're going to send it over to a bit of a break. Not sure if we're going to go to a break or offline, one of the two, but we'll have another one very, very soon.
Heck yeah. Thank you guys. Appreciate you guys.